Well, hello and welcome. Here we are talking about catching up on all my BS news and punishment reviews from
Go ahead, Hayden. Just
my procrastination.
stumble through this.
Yes, and then we're going to talk about what?
Microsoft and Sony.
I thought we don't do introductions for the specials. Oh, we do? Okay.
It makes it easier than we have to try and insert it back in.
Yeah.
Well, if you haven't switched away to another podcast by now, thanks for sticking around.
All four of you.
My name's Hayden. With me I have
Mitch.
and
Tom.
And together we make Entertain This, a podcast about movies, TV shows, and video games.
The Three Amigos.
Ha!
I just try not to make our guests or whatever listen to it.
To the what?
Just sit there for 30 seconds while we listen to the intro.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
Is it 30 seconds?
I don't know. It's like 20, 30, something like that.
But so I, for some unforeseen reason, got punished 3 times. You know,
That's great.
I think I have an unfair bias against me in this panel of entertainment reviewers. Not to mention the fact that I forgot to do.
That's what shot you in the foot. You're like the dude on the bike who just like shoves the stick through the spokes and just eats it. You're like, how did this happen?
And you gave me China Salesman because of that, which is the worst movie I've ever seen.
I didn't know it was.
Yes, it's terrible.
I just pulled up Steven Seagal and I was like, what's his most recent crap? And I was like, China Salesman. Watch that.
So that'll be for the Monday episode. This is our Thursday thing. So if you'll
have already heard
my regaling my misery with that one.
And if you haven't, go back and listen.
But I'm going to talk about Buffalo Rider first. All right. This is a 1973, I guess you could call it like an experimental movie.
I don't know. I just know I was watching Yellowstone and they were making fun of the buffalo or cowboy on a buffalo or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then I found out it was an actual movie.
Mitch's homoeroticism led me down this freaking road for some reason. So, but anyways,
he watches it too. Don't let him.
I watch it because my wife makes me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Good excuse.
Yeah, that's right. Blame it on Christian.
All right. So Buffalo Rider. Yeah. I don't know how to explain this movie. It's about a guy. His name is Buffalo Jones because that's original. And he, honestly, from what I understand, there's a legend about a guy who was a conservationist trying to save the buffalo from being killed off back in the day. All right.
By Buffalo Bill Cody.
I don't know. So, not once in this legend has it ever been mentioned that he rides a buffalo. Okay. So then they found this dude like in real life back in the 70s, and I can't even remember his name. I'm looking at the IMDb there, and it's just like, don't watch this movie. But they found this guy, and apparently he rides a buffalo. That's his shtick back in the 70s, and they're like, we got a movie out of this.
We can film this.
And they have this narrator. His name is Sin Lindsay Workman. I don't know if you've ever heard of that guy, but he looks like the hotel manager from Breakfast at Tiffany's. Anyway, so this guy, he narrates the whole movie, and it's all like, Buffalo Jones fancied himself a buffalo, and this here young feller was attacked by wolves one day, and
died.
You're just watching the narration go on while he's talking in your ear, and you're just like, I don't need you to tell me what's going on.
I can see it.
And it's 2.5 hours of that. It was really only like an hour and a half, but it felt like an eternity.
I was going to say, is it 2.5 hours? No. Okay.
Yeah. Rick Guin, that's the Buffalo Jones guy. So he gets a baby buffalo, and he's just like, I'm going to tame this thing. And he grows it and rides it. And
grows it like he's watering it every day.
Yeah, he like keeps it in a corral. I mean, he puts a saddle on it. And I guess the perk of a buffalo is that it can go anywhere, like on rough terrain, as opposed to a horse. I don't know. It still seemed kind of stupid because that thing was trying to run him into trees nonstop. So, and it has giant horns that it would try and like jerk its neck back to impale the rider and stuff on him. But
buffaloes don't want to be ridden.
Yeah. And for this movie to be about like the Buffalo massacre awareness, they legit had hunters shooting buffalo
in
the movie to showcase like how terrible it was back in the day. And you're watching them drop buffalo like crazy all over the place. And they're like, I was like, wow, those are well-tamed buffalo. But no, you can see the impact and then like dropping and kicking like they're dying and stuff like that. I'm like, what's the message we're trying to send here? You know,
this is before PETA, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And like it was just, you could tell that they were fishing to. It was almost like they try to have a documentarianistic aspect to the film, because they probably just sent camera crews out there and recorded weird stuff in nature, and then try to shoehorn a narrative somehow out of that. Mm-hmm. Like the Buffalo Jones guy gets a pet raccoon that almost gets eaten by a cougar, and I think they just recorded a raccoon that gets attacked by a cougar, and then they figured that into the plot somehow. No purpose whatsoever. That was just like 15 minutes of my life I'll never get back. But, you know, there it is. And, yeah, he like, they do the whole MOS where, like your stupid monster movie, Mitch, where you don't see him talking thing, you know?
Oh, yeah, the...
What's that movie called?
Beast of Yucca Flats.
Yeah, they do that. So, like, if they ever show their lips moving, it's terribly out of sync. You know, and but most of the time you don't ever see them talking when they are talking, and they'll always do like crazy throwaway lines like, "Well, there goes another one," or something stupid like that, and it was bad.
So if it wasn't one of your worst, it at least wasted part of your life, right?
Oh, I didn't like it. It was up there, Mitch.
All right,
but you know, it was not fun.
As long as it made you miserable.
And the worst part was it was on like Tubi. That was the only streaming network I could find.
So you had to watch commercials.
I had to watch commercials. And you know how they recorded this thing? I swear they got a VHS tape and they just ripped that right onto to their service, because it had the whole like warbly like they're trying to like make this music make sense. And,
yeah, well, it was on YouTube also. I found it.
Oh, it was on YouTube.
Yeah, it looked like that.
Yeah, it was terrible. And then that stupid narration. You ever watch the Benji movie when you were a kid, where they had the narrator just talk about what the dog's doing the whole freaking time?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was like that, but dumber. So, yeah. Oof. Yeah, he gets a baby at one point. I don't know.
He just acquires a baby?
Yeah, like these buffalo murderers killed some people, and they leave a baby, and he like happens upon it. He just gets it, takes the baby.
It's like, all right, I guess I'm a dad now.
Yeah,
right now.
That's how the Wild West. At the end of the movie, you're like, I guess you're wondering how I'm related to this story. Well, that baby's my grandfather, and I was like, I didn't even think twice about that. So.
And to be honest, I didn't care.
Yeah,
I was rooting for the hunters.
Yeah, it was bad.
That's what they would do. They get like on a train back in the day. They just like stop in the plains, and there'd just be hundreds of buffalo, and they'd just be shooting at them through the windows.
Well, like some of the numbers I did research, like they said that at one point you can make $2 a day for a buffalo kill, and they would just shoot 100 buffalo, because like the herd, you know, if you kill them not fast enough, the herd wouldn't move. But if they do move, it's a herd of millions of buffaloes. They're not hard to find, and you know, you kill 100 of them a day, and they would just skin them, leave the carcasses, and basically cause like this giant, you know, natural disaster, because there's an overeating of food for the scavengers and the wolves, and they would overpopulate, and then they would boom and just wreak havoc on the natural environment. And then, you know, they got down to less than 1,000 buffalo at one point.
Well, because even though coyotes won't like attack a buffalo normally, if there's enough of them, they would attack the smaller ones.
Yeah, yeah. It was,
as opposed to just scavengers.
They would have contests. It's like Buffalo Bill and like some other dudes. Like, how many buffalo can you kill in a day?
Yeah, it's wild, you know, if you think about it. And
it was the Wild West.
They also kind of shot themselves in the foot, literally or figuratively, because you know, they had a valuable resource that they just waned into nothing, and
they wanted their money now.
The one kind of like really like part of that movie was they had some Indians or Native Americans, they call them Injuns in this one. So, and they were always like the bad guys. They were there just
of course.
Yeah. They had no redeeming qualities whatsoever. So this movie would not hold up for today. I'm gonna say it. You know, I don't think that has a purpose for 2020. So probably should stay in the way of yesteryear.
It does have a purpose. It makes you miserable.
It served its purpose well.
It did. Then the next one I watched was Beyond the Law, Steven Seagal. It was dumb. I mean, it's everything you expected from a Steven Seagal movie. He wasn't the main guy. The main guy was Johnny Mesner's.
And this isn't young Steven Seagal.
Oh,
anymore.
no. This is like
fat.
You know, he's like 76 now.
Yeah.
Steven Seagal, or maybe he's 69. He's up there. I didn't realize how old he is.
His face is all like puffy and.
Yeah, he's put on some weight, and of course, like he does the whole like limp-wristed where he like throws people around and stuff like that. But yeah, the main guy was Johnny Mesner, and
I don't know.
You might have recognized him from like CSI or something like that. But he's just like, he sounds like he's got throat cancer, and because he's like, you killed my son, I'm coming to get you, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And it's about him. He's like a banished cop from the city. They never say what the city
the city.
They never say what the city is. And his son's like, I want to go to the city and be my own man. And he's like, don't do it, you'll die. And then he ends up dying. And because of Steven Seagal's like his son and their gang or whatever mob they have. So he goes on like a murder revenge quest against all of them. And DMX, yes, is in this. And
DMX.
He's a cop, and he's like giving Johnny Mesner a lot of crap for being a dirty cop when he was there. You were the worst one ever, and then you find out he was a dirty cop. So I don't know. Everybody's evil, and
this is probably Detroit. Crime-ridden Detroit.
But Steven Seagal, like, I don't know. He sounds like he's had a stroke recently. He's like, who are you to think that you can tell me what to do? It like his little.
That's how he's always sounded.
Yeah, but he sounds like even worse about it.
His stupid ponytail.
He has it like into a knot now in the back of his head. But anyways, he gets like there was a coup or something staged against him, and he like runs up to his second in command and his little minions. He's like, you want to be the gang? And he like shoots them off, but you can tell it's a fake gun. So he's just like, yeah. He like waves his hand, and like they comp in muzzle flare. And he's like, that's the life you're going to live, Yeah, and it's just like, ooh, Steven Seagal. So, it was pretty bad. I mean, if you're into what you would think a Steven Seagal movie would be like, I guess
this was not Under Siege.
No, Under Siege was definitely the best Steven Seagal movie ever, and it's still a bad movie.
It is a bad movie.
But
Tommy Lee Jones stole that movie.
Yeah, but if you really like Steven Seagal and all of his crazy, stupid movies,
you're an idiot.
Well, this would be for you, and there's a market out there apparently. So, yeah, not my cup of tea. The special effects, the gun violence, and all that crap. The worst part was the editing was just all over the place. I guess Steven Seagal's really old to the point, and I'll talk more about this in China Salesman, where they just do super insane close-ups, so you can tell it's not him, or so you can't tell it's not him, but you can still tell. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, Buffalo Rider, I give it like a 3 out of 10, and Beyond the Law, I give it a 4, because I could see that there is a market for this. It's like the bottom of the bin Walmart market. Or the
Kmart. It's not even at Walmart.
The gas station, like $2 DVDs that you see on your way out. By the menthol cigarettes. So, but yeah. So, all right. Well, there you go. I got 2 of them down. 1 to go. We'll get to that one later. You want to talk about the Activision Sony thing?
Yeah, I figured we could talk about like how it impacts us gamers. With Xbox buying out all these studios, and then now Sony's trying to buy studios, and the fact that
they're panicking.
Yeah,
they're panic buying.
Well, it's funny that Xbox buys a $70 billion gaming company, and Sony buys a
$3 million. Yeah, $3 or $4 million.
It was billion
company.
Yeah, but
it's just like, we got this now.
Yeah. Well, and so part of me is okay with there being like an overlord of certain gaming companies, because they have quality control that they'll push down on them. Like Call of Duty needs to chill out. It needs to not crank out a game every year. It needs to crank out a good game every 3 years.
Yeah.
And not regurgitate the same crap all over again. So now whether or not, like, I get everybody's like pulling their hair out about this monopolization of gaming companies and stuff like that. And if you look at I don't know, maybe the $200 billion business that is video games, maybe even more than that. And
it's pretty much dominated by 3 groups.
Yeah.
Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony.
At one point in history when Hollywood had, they were basically breaking it down to a three-way monopoly. I don't know what you call that, but
a triumvirate.
Is that what it's called? Really?
Kind of.
Okay. Well, the Congress got involved and they split it all up, and RKO eventually went the wayside because of that. And people are like wondering if that's what's going to happen for this entertainment medium. So I don't know. It'd be weird that Microsoft would throw all their hats in that ring for this, though.
Well, you would think, like, if they're going to break up stuff, Disney owns, like, all the movie stuff now.
I would say Disney.
They pretty much own everything.
No, I'd say if you look at the grand scheme of the film entertainment market, Disney doesn't even own 20%. So they make a lot of money with what they do own, but I don't think that they own, anywhere near as much as movie companies used to back in the day. Because movie companies back in the day, there's so many processes that go into making a movie. You have to have the producers, you have to have the production company, and then you have to have the distribution, and you have to have the venue. So at one point, like RKO, they would in-house crank out a story. They would own the actors. They would own the production company that makes the movie. They would own the way to transport the finished product to the venues that they would also own, those opera houses. And so that everything that they like in their business was just dollars in their bank, and they could not lose money with whatever they were cranking out. And that's why Monopoly stepped in. Now you look at streaming service today, like Netflix. I mean, they're kind of doing the same thing.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know what the answer to that is as far as video games too. So I don't know. It's interesting. I mean, Microsoft has already survived one monopolization court case with Internet Explorer being the only thing that you're allowed to have on your computer. They used to install that with your, was that like back in the early 2000s?
Yeah,
I think so.
So and that's why Mac became such a big deal, because everybody knows Internet Explorer sucks. And then they finally, I don't know what the end of all of that was, but you can put Chrome and crap on your computer now. So
or Microsoft Edge.
So edgy.
Well, like for right now, they say that all these companies that have been bought, their games are still going to be multi-platform, but like in 2-3 years,
when the contracts are up,
you think those are still going to stay that way?
I don't know. I think it'll be like a mutual assured destruction kind of thing. I think that Microsoft holds the most nukes.
Yeah,
but so
they're Cold War Russia.
I mean,
like
for a game, Destiny makes a decent amount of money. It's not Call of Duty, but it's a steady, like, it's what I mean. How long has it been out now?
2008 was when the first one came out, and the second one 2013.
No, the first one came out when I was in college.
Or not 2008, sorry.
Probably like 2013.
2013. The second one came out 2017.
So we're almost at 10 years for their 10-year plan, and they've already exceeded their plans to go beyond that with Destiny 3.
Yeah.
So
but that's their only game.
Well, they did buy an IP for another video game, or they licensed one. I don't know what that is, but
they have it.
They do have it. They have it. So I mean, that's a game that's guaranteed to make profit. So to buy that, I think it's a smart move. Now, do you think Destiny needs quality control?
I think they do.
Not as much as
not like they used to.
As Activision. I mean, what's funny is like Bungie fought tooth and nail to get out from under Microsoft, and then they ended up going to Activision, and they fought really hard to get out from under Activision, and they finally were able to be their own entity, But then Microsoft buys Activision, and Sony buys Bungie. It's just so strange to see like where everybody ends up.
It's like we have Marvel, but we have Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Well, that's what some people still like. I was reading some comments and stuff on people on the internet, and they were still under the assumption that Bungie owned Halo, which it's not. It's 343 Studios now. But people are like, oh, Bungie, has this and that. I'm like, well, it's got Destiny, and
that's about it.
They have good developers. They come up with good stories for Destiny, but it's still not the same people from Halo, so it's not necessarily the same.
Yeah, if Bungie still had Halo, it would be a little different.
Yeah. Most developers from the original Halo games left Bungie, but they still do have some core Halo developers that are there.
Well, now Microsoft, with owning Activision Blizzard, they have Treyarch, Infinity Ward, Ravensoft,
Software, Sledgehammer.
Sledgehammer.
Is Ricochet owned by Activision? even though it doesn't work.
I don't know if that is or not. But, I mean, basically that gives them Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, Diablo, the new Overwatch game. And then they were talking about they want to bring back the Guitar Hero and Skylander. Like, they want them, you know, to make a Series X version of those for people to play.
And Bejeweled.
Bejeweled.
That's owned by, I think, Blizzard, actually, or something like that. Yeah.
Here's what I want. I want them to do a console remake of Warcraft 2.
Yeah.
Because that was my favorite one.
Somebody's doing a true remake of Knights of the Old Republic for PlayStation only.
Oh,
yeah, I've heard.
So,
Bungie also has the GoldenEye 007 as one of the game franchises. They've got Perfect Dark, Banjo-Kazooie, Sea of Thieves, Battletoads.
Bungie does?
Yeah.
They've Sea of Thieves?
Yeah, for Rare.
Yeah, but I didn't know Bungie owns Rare.
Yeah.
Oh.
Huh.
That's interesting.
The plot thickens.
I thought Microsoft owned Rare.
Then they have the 343 Studios.
Microsoft does.
Yeah. And the Coalition, which is Gears of War.
Yeah, you're talking about the stuff that Microsoft owns.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right. They have Mahjong, which is Minecraft, and Minecraft Dungeons.
Mojang, yeah.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah, Mahjong is a game.
They have Ninja Theory for Devil May Cry. Let's see. The Hellblade Sinuous Sacrifice thing.
That's Ninja Theory, yeah.
Playground Games, which is Forza.
Mm-hmm.
Undead Labs, which is the State of Decay game.
Eh.
And that's as far as like the big stuff. That's
Bethesda.
Oh, they
Who has Elder Scrolls?
They own Obsidian Entertainment.
Yep.
Best known for Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2.
Well, I would say they're best known for Fallout New Vegas.
Oh, yeah, they did have that listed there. I just didn't see it.
Bethesda's doing Elden Ring, right? No, they're doing Starfield?
Starfield, yes. The people who are doing Elden Ring is the same company that did Dark Souls.
So it's going to be really, really hard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But it's co-op. So we
can all suffer together.
We can suffer together. So, I think the future is uncertain for video games. I think that it's undisputable that you could say a AAA game being produced today is nothing compared to what it was 15 years ago because they're mostly trash. You know, every game that comes out is either incomplete or just unplayable or not what you thought it was going to be.
I mean, AAA games back in the day didn't really exist. It was just like a game came out and everybody's like, oh, did you play this? It's really good. And like, that's just how it spread. It wasn't like all this hype.
Like, for instance, when Halo came out, nobody knew what Halo was, but it was like the Mario of, Xbox. Mm-hmm. And then
it used to come with the Xbox.
Right. But when Halo 2 came out for the same console, it had its own game release. Then they had consoles with it, but everybody owned an Xbox at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember that the hype for that game was insane. And I would say that like that was the first like high point of AAA gaming. And then
I agree with it. It was Halo 2.
Yeah, and but today it's just like you hear great things about games. Like I hear awesome stuff about Elden Ring. I think it's going to be a great game. Apparently, the people who've tested it and say it's one of the best games that's been launched or going to be launched in years. So I'm excited about it. I don't trust it. Cyberpunk.
Sign pork death threat.
Whispers in the back of his head.
I wake up in the middle of the night.
I see Johnny Silverhand going, it's going to suck.
So I don't trust nothing no more.
Well, like the Dying Light just came out this past week.
Dying Light 2?
Yeah, Dying Light 2. And all the people that reviewed it said it was a great game, but there was so many bugs. And it said for the day one when it came out, there was 1,000 bug fixes for the update.
Wow.
On day one when it released.
See, remember the old days where a game came out and if it sucked, that was it? Yeah. It's like, it was over.
Yeah, everything requires patches, and I think people are busier today than they've ever been in their lives. Mm-hmm. Like, I've talked to people and they say in order to like have a sustainable life, you need to have more than one source of income. Some people say more than 3 sources of income. So you're a busy person. Do you got time when you have a moment to breathe and sit down and play a game? Do you have time to sit there and watch a freaking update?
For 5 hours if you're me.
Yeah, well, since you live in the middle of nowhere.
I just can't
stand
that
poor hamster's running on the wheel as fast as he can.
You're like, it's got a 5 gigabyte update. Oh, I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Nothing I could do.
It's just, I hate it. I hate that everything, it just requires work and energy and time now. I just want to sit down and play a freaking game. Yeah. There's still some games out there. That's why I think the indie market is just exploding right now.
But like even with like older games, like the Modern Warfare 1, the first one, It wasn't like an update to the game itself if you owned the game.
Mm-hmm.
It was an update to the server.
Yeah,
Okay.
the online
That
stuff.
was like the online stuff. Like, if they added a new map,
Right.
you would play and it would just go, hey, there's a new map. And that was it. You didn't download anything. It was just there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Warzone now, they update it, and then there's like 500 other things that are wrong once they update it.
Every time I play Warzone, I can't go 50 seconds without seeing a glitch somewhere. Like, oh, well, that gun looks like the symbiote from Venom. Just I probably shouldn't touch that one.
Well, what kills me is that stuff gets updated, and then it just makes more stuff bad.
Yeah.
So then they got to do another update later.
Yeah, it's like the helicopter gunships they have now. It's like they first tried to put those in, and then all of a sudden you could stim forever.
Yeah, and live forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dumb. I'm just so angry that there's these multi-billion-dollar, thousands and thousands of employees, and they can't release a complete game. Why?
Well, what I don't understand is, like, if they're buying all these studios, though, are they going to, granted, if I could get the Sony to pay enough money, then yeah, if I was Microsoft, I'd release games to them. But I would be charging them outrageous prices to where if they wanted it, they'd have to pay. But then just have my own set of Microsoft. If you want Microsoft, you want Xbox, this is what you get.
Well,
Sony doesn't have.
That's how you ensure like people are going to buy your stuff. Like Microsoft has we have the most AAA platform of games. They have Call of Duty, they have Bethesda, they have Battlefield now.
No.
Who owns Battlefield?
Yeah.
For now.
EA is big.
EA is big.
Yeah.
They're all
But,
bad,
like,
but they're big.
The vast majority of games most people play, casual players, are now owned by Microsoft.
Yeah.
And Microsoft could pretty much just go, those are Xbox exclusives now.
They could, but there are plenty of games. I think that what Microsoft wants to do is Sony owns a ton of games that they had to pull teeth to get them to put onto PC only, like God of War and some other stuff like that. I think that the future is we will let you play Call of Duty if you let us play these games, like Horizon Zero Dawn.
You give us this, we'll do this.
That would be cool because, in my opinion, for Sony, I like Spider-Man and I like God of War. That's about it. As far as their exclusives.
I want to play those Horizon Zero Dawn games. I can't shell out $600 for a PlayStation. So,
let alone find one.
Yeah. So, I don't know. The future is uncertain. These are turbulent times
in the video gaming world.
Yeah.
Well, then you also got the FTC that's looking into Microsoft's buyout or whatever they did of Activision and all that. They're looking into it on whether it's a monopoly as well.
I don't think it is. I think that if you were to quote, because they're still not number one in the industry.
Yeah.
No. So how are you going to say that it's a monopolization?
Do they own a lot? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they own the majority of video game platforms? No.
No.
Not when you factor in Nintendo or EA or Sony or all the indie platform games that are out there.
Yeah. Well, and like you were talking about with the acquisitions, if they're still not number one, their main competition is still above them. So
right. Yeah. Yeah. And, if they were trying to buy Nintendo, which they could do, because Nintendo is only $200 billion compared to the $60 billion. And, give Microsoft 10 years, they could probably do it. But I think that would be a monopolization at that point.
And Nintendo did put out a statement. They said instead of buying other companies, they would much prefer to invest in their own employees.
Oh, well.
Which, that's nice. Now, all they need to do is hire some voice actors for their video games instead of just click, text everywhere.
I kind of like it.
That's what they did in Dragon Ball. I played the new one. It's just the tech stuff is coming. And at first, it was narrated. It was the guy who actually played Goku.
Last time I Dragon
Ball Z. Goku.
Well,
and it's
it's called mumble mode, and I kind of prefer that for Zelda because Breath of the Wild had people talking, and I was like, "Ew, who are these people talking? Their voices are weird."
Yeah, if I want talking, I will play Skyrim.
Yeah.
Well, mid-90s Pokemon, you press the button and it beep, and a little text come out. It's 2022, and that's still what happens. It drives me insane because I don't care to read the text. If somebody read it to me, then I could at least.
I haven't read a Pokemon text block of conversation since Pokemon Silver.
Yeah, I just clicked through it. It's I know where I gotta
Game
go.
Boy Color.
But if it's anything like the anime, because my kids watch the anime, I'm like, God, this is so hard to watch. Everybody's just whining and screaming nonstop. Pikachu!
My fucking knee! I auto eliminated certain words.
Where's that hot sauce at?
It's right there.
You could have walked away, but you didn't.
But
Alright.
yeah, I don't know. We'll see. You know, it's strange. I think that this is one of those situations where the laws are going to have to catch up to what's going on, and who knows if Microsoft does try to blackball Sony, it'd be interesting. I don't think it would work out in their favor. I think that because remember when Xbox One came out and they're like, it has to be online. You have to play these games. You know, you can't trade games and all that kind of stuff. And then Sony was like, you can do whatever you want. And people were like, well, I'm going to buy a PlayStation. You know, I think
I did.
Yeah,
I had a PS4.
I think that if the whole turning the other cheek method for your buyers or your customers is probably the best philosophy. And this Phil Spencer guy, he just won a Lifetime Achievement Award and stuff like that. You know, I think he's pretty smart about what he's doing. So we'll see what happens. Maybe in 10 years it'll be even crazier. So, all right.
The Nintendo EA conglomerate.
We'll be living
Owns
in
the
Ready
world.
Player One.
Yeah. So
Probably.
maybe if VR ever becomes more realistic, I don't know. Who owns VR? We know somebody who owns VR.
I don't.
Okay. I've never even tried it.
Is it Pez?
Maybe it's probably Pez. I don't know. All right.
No, Converse has it.
Oh, does he? Okay. All right. Well, that's it for this little special. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And if you have questions and you want to throw in your 2 cents, we'll talk about it next time. Just post a Mitch on social media.
Yep.
All right. Bye-bye.
Mumble text.